It's been over a century since the Titanic met its tragic end, sinking to the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean. But in the wreckage of the ship, which was discovered in 1985, there have been many interesting and surprising artifacts found in the wreckage of the Titanic, which sank in the North Atlantic Ocean on April 15, 1912. From personal belongings to luxurious items, these artifacts tell the story of the Titanic and the people who were on board on that fateful night in April 1912. Number 13. A pair of gloves that survived the wreckage. A pair of white cotton gloves, which were found among the wreckage of the Titanic and are considered to be some of the rarest artifacts ever recovered from the ship, have been displayed in various Titanic exhibitions. However, in 2016, they were returned to a conservation facility for permanent preservation. These gloves, which are now battered and worn, have become known as some of the rarest Titanic artifacts ever recovered, according to USA Today. Number 12. The violin played as the ship sank. An old violin that was discovered among the wreckage of the Titanic has garnered attention due to its unique history. According to CNN, the violin was owned and played by Wallace Hartley, the bandleader who famously performed "Nearer, My God, to Thee" as the ship went down. Despite its state of decay, the violin was auctioned off for $1.7 million in the UK in 2013. This discovery serves as a reminder of the many historical sites and artifacts that have been lost over time. Number 11. The bell rang to warn of the iceberg. The bell from the crow's nests of the Titanic, which was used by lookout Frederick Fleet to warn the ship of an iceberg ahead, was recovered in a 1985 expedition and is now on display at the Titanic Museum in Massachusetts. It has become a valued collection piece, serving as a reminder of the fateful events that occurred on the Titanic. Number 10. The ship's final meals menu. In 2012, a menu from the last meal served to first-class passengers on the Titanic was auctioned off for $83,000, according to the BBC. The meal, which was served on the day that the ship struck the iceberg, included several courses such as eggs argenteuil, consommé fermier, and chicken à la Maryland. This menu has become a valuable collectible, serving as a reminder of the luxurious dining experiences that were enjoyed on the Titanic before its fateful voyage. Number 9. Sheet music played by unfortunate musicians. Divers found a sheet music of the song, "Put Your Arms Around Me, Honey," from a 1910 Broadway show in the ocean after it was submerged for 73 years. The music was played by the musicians on the Titanic as it sank, according to the Dothan Eagle. The sheet music has been displayed in various Titanic exhibitions, including one in Atlanta, Georgia. Number 8. A letter written on Titanic stationery the day before the ship sank. Among the wreckage of the Titanic, a letter written by first-class passenger Oscar Halvorsen was also recovered. The letter, which was written to Halvorsen's mother the day before the ship sank, was found folded inside a notebook in Halvorsen's pocket. It is a poignant reminder of the many personal items and stories that were lost in the tragedy. Number 7. A pocket watch stuck at the time the ship sank. The pocket watch of one of the Titanic's victims was another artifact discovered in the wreckage. As reported by The Telegraph, the watch belonged to passenger John Chapman, who was traveling with his wife Lizzie. The watch is unique in that it is literally frozen in time, with the hands stuck at 1:45 a.m., around the time the ship sank. This watch has become a poignant reminder of the many lives lost in the tragedy. Number 6. A fur coat worn by a stewardess who survived the shipwreck. A floor-length beaver fur coat found among the Titanic wreckage was worn by first-class stewardess Mabel Bennett on the fateful night of the ship's sinking. According to The Telegraph, Bennett was given the coat to wear after being found waiting for a lifeboat in just a nightgown. The coat, which is one of the only fully intact pieces of clothing to survive the shipwreck, was sold at auction for around $165,000 in 2017. Number 5. A bronze cherub from the grand staircase's upper landing. A bronze cherub statue, which was originally a decoration on the upper landing of the Titanic's grand staircase, was also recovered in 1985. However, the statue is missing its left foot, which is believed to have been torn off as the ship sank. This statue serves as a reminder of the destructive power of the disaster and the many artifacts that were lost or damaged in the sinking of the Titanic. Number 4. Keys used to access lifeboat lanterns. The keys recovered from the Titanic wreckage were not ordinary keys, but were used by crewman Samuel Hemming during the sinking of the ship to unlock a door that contained a stock of lifeboat lanterns. According to the Irish Times, Hemming received a personal order from Captain Edward J. Smith to ensure that all of the lifeboats were equipped with lamps as the ship went down. The keys played a crucial role in this effort, making them an important part of the Titanic's history. Number 3. A vest worn by a third-class passenger. Another piece of clothing that was recovered from the wreckage of the Titanic was the vest of William Henry Allen, a third-class passenger on the ship. The black wool vest, which was sold in a collection by Guernsey's auctioneers in 2012, nearly a century after the tragedy, serves as a reminder of the many personal items that were lost in the disaster. Number 2. A bracelet engraved with the name of a third-class passenger. A woman's 15-carat rose gold and silver bracelet with the name, Amy, encrusted in diamonds was also recovered from the wreckage of the Titanic. In her book Titanic, Women and Children First, Judith Geller, former director of merchandising for the Titanic exhibition, suggests that the bracelet may have belonged to Amy Stanley, a third-class passenger who was one of the few people on board with that name. This bracelet is a unique artifact that adds to understanding of the personal stories and items that were lost in the disaster. Number 1. Perfume bottles that were meant for a new life in America. German chemist Adolf Saalfeld, a first-class passenger on the Titanic, had a satchel full of perfume bottle samples with him when he boarded the ship. These samples were found among the wreckage of the Titanic. Saalfeld had planned to open his own fragrance shop in America, but tragically, he did not survive the sinking of the ship and was never able to realize this dream. The recovered perfume bottle samples serve as a reminder of the personal goals and aspirations of those who lost their lives in the disaster. Thank you for watching this video on Rendition Media. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all our latest content. Until next time, thanks for watching.